the drift. We feature ice-cold drinks at our concession.
Hurry, 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 folks. Get your crunchy, chewy, chocolatey candy bars now at the concession stand.
You like our pizza pies, made from a famous Italian recipe. They're waiting for you at the concession stand. Yes, sir, the hot dogs at our concession stand do rate an appreciative whistle. Ice cream bars. It's the handy way to enjoy smooth, rich, creamy ice cream. Get some.
I see y'all chatting it up in the comment section. What's up, guys?
Barbecue, barbecue, barbecue. Barbecue is prepared especially for you. Try our delicious hamburgers. Come and get them.
All right, Teahive Movie Nighters, it is time to get to this review, guys. In the meantime, can you let me know if my audio is okay and if my visuals are okay? Can you see the movie night? Do you hear me clearly? Is there any staticking? Please let me know now so that we can get these things taken care of before we get into the video. I was highly disappointed last night to see, as I was on the home channel and a couple of other sub channels talking about Teahive Movie Night, that the audio was a little bit off, a little bit disappointing. Guys, please make sure you guys join me on my Discord. I'm about to go ahead and mount the link. I'm going to also put it in my comment section as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and create this invite. This is actually, let me invite you from this side. And yeah, okay. So it says the same thing, which is that the link expires in 7 days. Guys, make sure you keep your eyes peeled for my Discord links and make sure you pull up to my server, baby. You heard me? Okay, let's get into this review. This is an honest review of this movie. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not going to always do my reviews like this. I'm going to start making them a little more colorful. I'm going to be editing them. We're going to start doing a little bit better with the camera. However, you guys just have to give me a little bit of time to get it together. You'll see it'll grow slowly but surely. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Shell. Thank you, Rashida. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate it. You guys will see the channel grow slowly but surely. And I just want to thank you so much for sticking around while I start this channel. And you guys are day ones, period. All right, let's talk about this movie, Those Who Wish Me Dead. I'm not sure exactly why this is not pulling up like the picture. Let me see. Open. I want the picture, open image in new tab. Okay, let's see if that helps because I just want this picture. All right. So, because I'm just going to toggle this picture a little bit while I talk to you guys. So let me get you guys on a different screen. And I decided to come live and do this morning live like this instead of editing because this is really just my first actual time doing what I wanted to do in regards to a movie on Movie Night channel. So first we did the short for it. So I did an 11-minute review for it and a little bit of what Angelina had to say about the movie, which is that she couldn't imagine being a real firefighter in real life, that she was, you know, stunned, astonished, and shocked at the fact that these firefighters have to really do this particular job. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, I couldn't do it. Okay. So Angelina Jolie in this movie, you guys, she is a disgruntled firefighter. She's a drunk who basically goes entirely too far to prove to her team that she is fit to be a firefighter because she was at one point like a chief, the foreman of a firefighting team that once watched a group of children pass away. I believe it was like 3 children and a bunch of other people had passed away in a fire. But this is what she does. She's a firefighter who fights these fires, who's very smart and very crafty when it comes to these fires. And so this is how the movie started off. Okay, the movie started off with a man, and I want to go back to my pictures now. So now I'm going to, hold on. So where am I? Okay, so I want to get to the guy. Okay, there was a man. Okay, this man, his name is Jack. Now, Jack is the father of the little boy in this film. And I told you guys yesterday, I did the follow-up to the short by getting on here, reading a little bit about the storyline. And I went on to show you guys basically that let me get some pictures. Where are those pictures? Okay, I think this is the pictures. No. I went on to show you guys the characters' names. I went on to show you guys who each character was. And I showed you how I put it up on Discord. So that's what we did yesterday. Okay. And this is just kind of like a raw review, my very first real review of an actual like movie, you know. And so I just want to make sure, let me see, where is that? Okay, I see which one it is. It's going to be this one. No. Ay. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm trying to get you to the right window so that I can go on with my commentary. Those who... It's this one. Wait. Let me see. Oh, goodness. Okay, I think it's just this one. Okay, perfect. There we go. So I wanted to show you guys the father from the movie because, you know, when you're live, they don't really let you do a lot, you know, a lot of showing a lot of previews and everything in the movie. Okay, so here's the basics, okay? There's a father in the movie, which I'm not seeing. They don't give him a lot of play here on these pictures, as you guys can see. This father is an accountant who works for the district attorney, okay? The district attorney ends up getting shot and killed because of the information that they were withholding. The father ends up getting this information, and the father ends up getting chased after by these 2 cops. Now, the 2 cops were part of the best scheme of the show were the 2 cops. Okay, the 2 cops were very, very entertaining, very colorful, and let me tell you why. Okay, this movie was incomplete. This is not a complete movie. I want to make that clear. I have a couple of things, a couple of other people's reviews that I'm going to read to you guys before we get off the live. And so you guys can see that my consensus is just like theirs. Okay. So again, this movie starts with the father. The father has a son. The father has classified information from the district attorney that he was withholding. I guess it was mob information. It was classified. Okay. The father ends up, these two men. So you have John Bertenthal, Aiden Gillian, and Nicholas. Okay. The two men here, the silver fox and the young man off to your right, those were the two agents. So those agents, they come in the very beginning of the movie and they kill the father's wife. They go to kill the father, but he escapes with his son. They're driving down an embankment. The father gets killed in front of his son, but he puts his son out of the car before they kill him. So the son is running on foot. Okay. These two nasty guys here work for Tyler Perry. Now, I'm upset. Why am I upset? Because Tyler Perry didn't have a big enough part, okay? Tyler Perry's part was very small, very minute, very, I want to say kind of useless, you know. It was like, okay, they have a big boss, you know. But by the end of the video, by the end of the movie, it was like, okay, well, where's Tyler Perry? And I'm going to tell you why in a minute, because I want to go through the movie in sequence, and then I want to say how I feel. Hold on. If you're on a call with me in Discord, please hang up. Please hang up. I am not on a call with you. I don't mean to be rude, but I am on a live. Okay. All right. So that's how that happened. Most definitely, the scene with Tyler Perry was absolutely useless, had no reason to be in the movie. They could have just called somebody and said, yes, sir. Yes, boss, we got you. And that would have been, you know, it would have been all the same. The fact that Tyler Perry made an appearance. The fact that Tyler Perry made an appearance is sad. Let me see who this is. Extreme Diva. Really? Girl. Okay, I had to mute her on my side. Extreme Diva on the phone call on Discord. I think she don't know what to do. Not sure. I'm gonna go on my backup channel and make some rules for my Discord and everything. You guys will see me do that later. I'll be on Tox.0 Diamond. Here's the name of it, how it is here. So I feel like they could have just called someone. Okay, on the phone, it could have been a fictitious person, not really a real person. And they could have been like, yes, sir, no, sir. You know, we got it. You know, get the boy, whatever, cool. You know, and it would have just, like I said, been all the same. Unfortunately, though, they decided to have Tyler Perry in here. And I'm saying Tyler Perry could have written himself a bigger role in a movie for himself, right? But when it comes to real Hollywood and you're not writing this for yourself, you see how they're not messing with him. Outside of him getting these roles for himself and putting people in the position of power to be able to revamp their careers in film and stuff like that, they're not really messing with him inside of the industry like that. He's got to mess with himself. He had to build that studio. Black Hollywood, yeah, they messing with him, but as you guys can see, white Hollywood, baby, he started from the bottom. Now he's still there. Okay. All right. So I was very disappointed in the fact that, you know, he had that minute role. I was just like, what was the point in all of that? Like, what was the actual point in you giving him that minute role? So anyway, after they talk to Tyler Perry, then they have to go find the boy and they have to get the boy. They didn't want any loose ends. I thought it was sad as hell. Let me tell you something. I've never been more depressed in my life. I don't mean to clap in you guys' ear. I've never been more depressed in my life for a child. Okay, this child was crying the entire way through. Okay, this boy had snot, tears. It was just so sad, the young man. Okay, I couldn't believe it. I just really couldn't. So the boy, he runs away. Okay, and he is trying to find some refuge. He ends up finding Angelina Jolie, but he runs away from her. She stops him. You know, they do that whole chase that they do in movies. She stops him, and from that moment on, he trusts her. Okay, she's his savior. Now, mind you, this is a woman running through fields, getting struck by lightning. She done fell from the top of her lighthouse, her firehouse, and then got rope burn on her hands. Okay, on the way down. So she got rope burn on her hands. She tore up her foot. She fell out her lighthouse. She got struck by lightning. The woman got beat up. I mean, she got stabbed. I mean, this was a lot. This was a lot. I said Angelina just is getting the butt end of the stick in this movie. She dang on there had to drown herself. I was like, wow, is this what's really going on in this movie today? But yes, honey, that is what happened. I said, oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that you love the movie. Kimberly said we tired of Tyler Perry anyway. And Patty Snack said, I love the movie. All right, well, I thought it was in between, and let me get to the reasons why. So as these men are trying to find this little boy, they make a stop by their friend's house. Now, this is their friend, the man right here, and he's married to the black woman whose real name is Medina, and I want to say Horton, something like that, okay? They're interracial couple, and I thought that was really, really cute. Wait, let me get her up on here. Let me see, interracial couple. They were an interracial couple. I like what they did with the black woman and the white man. Hold on. Those who wish me dead. I think this might, no, that's not the full cast. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna type in black lady. Maybe that'll work. Her name is Medina. I mean, what's going on here? She should be coming up. See what I'm saying? Medina. Okay, you know what? Hold on. Let me get this to the side. Medina Senghor, that's her name. So here was the interracial couple here. She was pregnant. He is a police officer. So it turns out that the father of the little boy, right? The little boy Connor, his name is Connor in the movie. The little boy Connor, his father, Jack, was friends to this interracial couple because they graduated out of survival school together. So they ended up being close. And so Connor, when he found the firefighter, it was a good thing because as time went on, it all made a connection. Anyway, the two officers, or the two crooked agents, they came after this couple and they did this pregnant woman so wrong. When I tell you, they was about to burn out this woman's eye. They was about to beat this woman down. I was in shock. And I'm telling you, they really gave her the ones and the twos. And I was really in shock. But I like the fact that the black woman didn't die first. It wasn't the black people who died first. They actually made it. And it went like it was supposed to go. The monsters passed. That's who's supposed to go. The monsters are supposed to go. And it was really, really good. The role that Medina played, the role that she played was that of the heroic pregnant wife, who was like the down A chick, down for her man. And it was really a good role for her to play. It was really entertaining as well. And I thought that the husband didn't play as good a role as she did. I think that their chemistry was off a little bit because of him. I think she was trying everything in her power to make this go the way that it was supposed to go. I think she did a great job. That other actor, the man, I think Nicholas, I believe he is. I think he's maybe John Bernthal, actually. John Bernthal. I don't think he did as good a job as he could with his acting. Now, he was the one who, after they beat up the wife, okay, she ended up getting the victory because she put some fire. She set them on fire with, you know, maybe some hairspray and some fire. And she was able to burn them in the face, okay? She was able to get them in the face. I said, go, girl, you better get them in the face, girl. Yes. And so she was able to burn up the 2 agents' face. They was looking a hot mess when they came out of there. I thought that was hilarious. While she was doing that, these two, Angelina Jolie and the little boy, were getting to know each other. And he was crying so much that Angelina Jolie felt bad for mentioning the things that she had went through. And at one point she said, you make me feel bad about feeling bad about my life. And then she said something about her parents. And he said, my dad died right in front of me. And she said, oh, Lord. And he said, my dad used to call me Buddy, because she called him Buddy. And she was like, okay, I won't call you Buddy anymore. It was hilarious. It had actually gotten funny. You know, Angelina is not much of a comedian, but I thought that was really, really funny at that time. So after that happens and these two are getting to know each other, they running through fields. The wife is getting beat up. They end up running into a fire, Angelina Jolie and this young boy. They realize that the forest is on fire. So those 2 bad guys, they set the forest on fire so that they can trap in the little boy Connor and maybe possibly burn him up in the fire, right? So anyway, they send this dad, the man, the husband, he comes home. The wife, the black wife, she makes a phone call to him and she's like, I'm hungry. Is the boy hungry? And that's their safe word. But these other 2 officers, they're agents. So they know that those are safe words. And so they get mad and they start tossing her up, throwing her around, beating her up and all this stuff like that while she's pregnant. And so the dad ends up pulling up. So this guy ends up pulling up the police officer, and the agents end up taking him over to the point where he has to go and look for the little boy. Now, it turns out that when they find the little boy, they want him to kill the little boy, okay? Which is really, really unfortunate. But so anyways, they take him over. They take the boy. They go up to the lighthouse. The Angelina Jolie has the boy back in the firehouse, in the lighthouse, firehouse, whatever I'm calling it, a firehouse, because of the fires that are taking place in the forest. They don't have anywhere to go. So as they start tracking this boy down, the father or the man, the husband, the husband of Medina Senghor, he comes and he's looking. Now they're hiding. Okay, Angelina Jolie and Connor, they are hiding at this time, and he comes in the lighthouse. Now he's being forced. He has guns on him from the 2 bad guys and everything. Okay, so the officer comes in the lighthouse and he tells them, if you hide and stay hidden and be quiet. But as he's talking, the agents, they see him talking and they decide that they're going to shoot up the lighthouse to shoot anybody that's in there. They started shooting. They shoot him. Angelina Jolie and this young boy somehow run out the lighthouse or the firehouse. They come down on some type of rope and she's running through the field. Meanwhile, he's shot up and he's in this house. Okay. So as she's running through the field, she's hiding behind these trees and a man have run after her. Okay. And he's trying to shoot her, trying to find her as she's running behind these trees. Meanwhile, the husband is upstairs suffering and his wife is shooting at these guys who are these agents. The agent runs up on her, up on this wife, because he sees her shooting from somewhere. He don't know where she's shooting from. One of the agents run up on her while the other agent is with Angelina Jolie. Now, this agent ended up getting killed by Big Mama. Did you hear me? But it was kind of like a nasty battle. It was kind of like a real back and forth, a real war of weapons, if you may, okay? Anyway, Angelina Jolie is running from this psycho as this fire is coming up on them, okay? And so this man is beating Angelina down. When I tell y'all he beat her down to the ground, I said, dang, okay? I mean, how much more do you have to beat her? So then he goes and tells the kid, unless you come out, I'm going to keep on beating this woman. I'm going to keep beating her. You're not going to stop me from beating this woman unless you bring your little butt out. So she ends up coming out, or the boy ends up coming out, and this man walks up to this little boy with a knife up to the back of his neck. But you best believe Miss Angelina Jolie came to the rescue, and she put 3 big old axe holes through that man's back, stomach, and through his shoulder. I said, whoop. He ended up getting burnt up by the fire. But meanwhile, these two were up in the firehouse having trouble. Here is Angelina Jolie with that axe, by the way, tearing through this man's soul after he didn't beat her down like Chris Brown. Yes, he did. Okay, at one point, Angelina Jolie had to get in the water so that her and the boy were safe. This is after all the fighting and stuff, after they had killed the 2 agents. So one agent got killed by Medina Senghor. The other one got killed by Angelina Jolie. And they had to really wait for help. So at the end of the movie, there's a helicopter coming around, and it sees Medina's signal because her husband is dying from smoke inhalation and from getting shot. She's trying to rescue him, but she's beat the hell up, and all is bad. They sit there with masks on. Angelina Jolie and the young man, they hide until the fire goes out. They really under the water and hiding in the creek. She said 1 hour, run 100 feet, make a left, get in the creek, lay down in the creek. Okay. And so this is what you see here, but he didn't want to leave her. And the way the little boy was crying and he didn't want to leave her, y'all, I was like, oh my God, I wanted to cry with him. I swear to goodness, it was just, this movie was so emotional. However, okay, and we're going to get into, because this is my review. Okay. However, okay, the end of this movie was incomplete. First of all, the 2 agents got killed. What happened to Tyler Perry? Why was Tyler Perry not called? Why we didn't get no word, or no, I'll get you next time, or I'm going to get you, or yeah, okay, they might be free this time. I got some more agents on it, or just anything for the next movie. That did not happen. Okay. Another thing is the couple, the married couple. We don't know if the husband died. We don't know if she made it, if the baby made it, if the baby died. We don't know what happened. This woman got beat up, pregnant. Her husband had smoke inhalation and wasn't doing well. We don't know. We don't know if the little boy ended up going to an orphanage, or if the little boy ended up in Angelina Jolie's care. We don't know what happened. And this is why this movie is incomplete. And unfortunately, it is that way, but that is the way that this movie went. It is highly incomplete. The best part of the movie was watching the agents fight and beat up the people. And that's unfortunate, but it was. The best part was the suspense of, is the pregnant lady going to get killed or not? Angelina Jolie's part, it was all right. It wasn't all that. Really, what all she did was have bad memories and run through fields and got beat up. The best part was when most action was when she was getting beat up. I mean, it was bad. So, I mean, I'm going to give this movie, I'm going to say 2 out of 3 stars, or 2 out of 5 stars, just because that was crazy. The fact that it didn't really have an ending. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 61% with an audience score of 61% or 86%, excuse me. It says that a squarely traditional 90s. Let me see. Let me read these critic reviews to you guys. Sarah says it is a generic movie that flirts with more, led by an impressive lead who's capable of more. It wants to burn bright, but usually only flickers. Now that's sad because there was so many different. Stop it! Stop! You stop that! My cat is scratching my couch up, you guys. There were so many different talents in this movie. There were so many different high-ranking talents in this movie that you would have thought that we would be able to see just a little bit more storyline, but that is not the fault of the actors and actresses. It is the fault of the director and the producers. Now, the director of this movie is the director that a lot of people embrace. They love this man. Directed by Taylor Sheridan. He made so many different movies that they love him and they let him get away with murder. And this was one of those movies, the way that I feel about it, okay? Bennett Campbell Ferguson said it's a bracing adaptation of the novel by Michael Cordia and a reminder that Angelina Jolie is an indomitable action star. She is the fire. Okay, another one person said it's a pat by the numbers tango amid flaming woods that flickers a notch above because of its strong leads. So she's basically saying it's all right, but it just got good actors. Okay, this person Jordan ruin me said it's ridiculous but entertaining. Yeah, there are moments in the movie where you go, oh, this is interesting, but then 5 minutes later the movie's forgotten about, and that's an uninteresting and the movie's forgotten about that and uninterested in pursuing that thing about it that you found interesting. Okay. All right. I think it's also would probably be I'm just gonna say that I'm shocked. That's all I'm gonna say. And it's not that I'm shocked at Angelina Jolie. It's that I'm shocked at the writers and the directing and just the storyline. Overall could have been better. Overall, I'm just saying overall. All right, let's get into a couple of other reviews here. So it says, maybe you've heard of the parable of the blind man with the elephant, where never having seen the animal. That's how you describe it. Those Who Wish Me Dead is the movie version of that. Despite considerable amount of talent, it seemed like it was cobbed together from a bunch of different parts that don't fit together. Directed by Taylor Sheridan, who wrote Hell or High Water. Angelina Jolie. It's a short. Angelina Jolie stars in a short film about a smoke jumper who overcome tragedy. A kid is running from assassins. I haven't seen any other movies where hired killers complain about how budgets are cut and how that budget cut is affecting their ability to do their job. It's like they hooked into the vibe from Midnight Run, a much better movie, and tried to bring it to this movie. Except when they don't, the assassins are deadly serious. Okay, then it talks about Angelina Jolie. It says that Tyler Perry's appearance was much needed. It says, whatever the case, events conspired to place Connor on the run alone in the Montana forest, where the despondent Hannah sees him and takes him under her wing. Kind of a dicey proposition, really. But she's the type of person who can fall out of an observation tower and get struck by lightning and keep going. So yes, Hannah has overcome guilt, and conveniently enough for her, but not for Connor or anyone else who gets chased or maimed or slaughtered in the wake of the assorted murders and whatnot. A kid in trouble is placed literally in her path. How handy. The two Blackwells are a haunt, though there is a brief stop to recheck in with their boss, Arthur, who was played by Tyler Perry, who was honestly is so good in this kind of thing. Arthur is not happy and definitely gets his point across, and it's perhaps a terminal condition in this line of work. Really, the actors are very likable all by themselves, but in this situation, which is more than ridiculous, because none of it fits together, even when everything else gets tossed into a narrative blender towards the end, the story is propelled by Tyler Perry, Gillen's Bow. Fine by me, but it makes for an uneven tone. Okay, so this basically says, they said they give it a 2.5 stars out of 5 stars. Okay. Let's see. I don't even want to explain why I feel like this ending was horrible. Just know that it was. Just know that it was. Just know that this ending made no sense and that it was very disappointing to me. Okay. Well, that's going to conclude my review of this movie. Guys, the next movie that we're doing is A Quiet Place 2. And we're going to be watching that on Discord. We do this on the weekends. I do my movie news through the week. We do our adding our movies on the weekends. We're going to start Friday with a short, and then we should be complete with the Discord movie. It'll be ready by Sunday. Let me know if you guys were on the Discord and what you guys thought about the movie, as well as what you thought about my review, and the other people who reviewed it and what they had to say in regards to Rotten Tomatoes, and just overall the consensus of the ending of the movie and everything else. Thank you so much for joining me here, guys. Leave comments, like, and subscribe.